Did y'all see that shit on HomeBrew Detritus?
Just do me a favor. If I do die, if my character does die, don't say Akage dies.
No. This giant undead creature with unnatural strength swings its fist long ways, and being respectful, it hits you right in the dick, and it causes your dick to explode out of your spine.
It's a cursed ring.
Nobody else knows that, and I'm not a good person, so I can sell it.
That is an 18.
God fucking A, Toke. Jeez.
Matt has done nothing this entire combat.
Don't say you're sorry. You're not sorry.
As it begins to change shape, let's go online and look at what that super cool
reincarnate table.
Hold on, I'm looking at it.
Gotta roll for it.
I was not the first to die.
Congratulations. A campaign first for Kevin.
Campaign first. Kevin didn't die first.
Congratulations. It's been 10 years, but I'm proud of you. Okay, Mike.
I know, I got a little emotional.
And salami.
Oh, my bad.
Look how thick that salami is. That's a thick chunk of salami.
Hey, ew, put it away.
It's got girth.
You're just baiting these comments now. That's what this is. Baiting.
If we weren't going to talk about Grindr again, we will now.
Okay. So, yeah.
That's Matt's Grindr profile name, Thick Salami.
Girthy salami.
Girthy salami.
We didn't rest last time, right? We were like in the middle of shit, right? We were.
No.
We just fought the giants.
Yeah, we just fought the giants, and then.
Undead giants.
But we were heading
Maybe
on.
we should
or
let
we rested?
the DM recap us.
No, that's fine.
I mean, I got the gist of it, right?
Hearing your drunken remembrance is a little more entertaining for me, I think.
And what were we doing?
We were heading back to town, but like separately, so we don't want to be seen together.
That didn't happen.
Yeah, it is. That's what's happening.
No, because what happened is that Akage died. The combat finished. Akage was resurrected.
Right.
Reincarnated
into a dwarf body, but then we got so excited with like how reincarnation works and what his new rules were that we really never got back into like what happened, and the episode ended.
And then you ended it, yeah, like a douche.
I did, because I didn't want to go through 2 hours of math talk again. That's just me being lazy.
Fun.
I'm going to say it. Episode 11 was one of our best episodes. If for some reason you're tuning in on episode 12, why? Go back, listen to all of them from one. It's better that way.
They're only an hour long. It's not hard.
No.
We've outreached Lord of the Rings, the first trilogy status, with like hours of content.
Oh.
One full day.
The difference is
Extended cut.
Well, the difference is there's in 10 hours of Lord of the Rings, they started at the Shire, and then they made it all the way to Mordor and dropped a ring, and then there's that 3 hours you don't need to watch of the wrap-up. We've only basically left Yharnam for a stroll, and they're still on the way back, so we're moving a little slower than Lord of the Rings movies.
We're about on par with the audiobook, though.
We are on par with the audiobook. I think audiobook, they're still in the Shire.
Less singing tree men.
I think they're 30 hours per book.
No,
That's not actually that. I mean, that's really not that bad compared to a lot of fantasy.
Yeah, that's about a Warhammer 40K novelization.
Yeah, I mean, standards
Who reads those?
Standards of book 50 hours minimum.
I'm currently reading the First Heresy. Pretty good.
Which one is? Oh, the one that I just got. The audio.
Is that the one you just got? Oh, yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, no, the one about Logar.
Yeah.
Yep. Just finished that one up. Let me be a 40K nerd for a minute. Show you what I worked on today.
a bit dark to see.
Is that Nurgle? What is
Put it
that?
closer. Put it closer.
It's a greater demon of Nurgle from Creature Caster. I will now have all 4 greater demons, and because I'm basically closing a restaurant while opening a restaurant, I won't have any time to play the game, so I'll just sit here and look at them.
One day you'll grow up and you won't have to work.
Going back to audiobooks, did anyone pick up the next Dresden book that came out?
No, I haven't got around to it.
Is the audio out?
I've got it, but I haven't started it yet.
Nor have I, but I'm excited to start it.
There's already a second one that came out. Like, I think that he meant to release.
The first one was Peace Talks that came out 3 months ago, and now it's Battlegrounds.
Yeah, I haven't listened to either one of those yet.
But you have them both.
Yeah, no, my brother is also on my Audible account, and he's been a big fan of those, so he ended up picking those up. I got the 40K book, and then after our talk last week, I went digging, and I found my VHS copy of Dragon Ball Z.
Whoa.
Is that the one with the crappy commercials?
It's the one with the crappy commercials. Now, if only I had a VHS player, we can listen to this totally authentic Dragon Ball Z Movie 5 on VHS.
Oh, it was movie 5.
Definitely not a bootleg.
Dragon Ball Z, the world's strongest.
I can't remember. It's just one. Most of those VHSs have not made it throughout my life. But that one, for some reason, has still been in a drawer for 15 years.
You guys want to guess how many Dragon Ball Z movies there are? Price is
Not
Right
really.
rules.
18.
$1.
42.
I say 12.
$1. You
20. There's 20 Dragon Ball Z movies.
Yes.
I said 18.
Oh.
So what did I win?
Nothing.
You get to play Plinko.
That's not fun.
Oh, okay. How about the little yodely guy?
That's better. That's better.
The Matterhorn.
That's what it is.
Every time I hear Matterhorn, I think of that Death Clock song, and I know that there's no reason for it, but one of the lyrics sounds like he says Matterhorn, and it just sticks in my head. That this
Thunder Horse?
Better Metal Snake.
No, I think it's Thunder Horse, but it sounds like Matterhorn in my head.
Or Mermaid Murder?
Matterhorn. Every time I hear Matterhorn, I think about the Great Muppet. Muppets Take Manhattan, because of the Muppet Babies segment. I don't know why.
It's also not Hatred Copter, which is arguably a great song.
Hatred Copter?
That whole
Hatred
first
Copter.
album it was phenomenal.
Mhm.
And I love the fact that it was basically doing a genre very well while also making a lot of fun of the same genre.
So Dragon Force.
Phenomenal. I saw Metalocalypse live, or Death Clock live, on an excessive amount of mushrooms, and it was a very, very appropriate setting for that.
That sounds awesome.
It was at the House of Blues, and it was Metalocalypse, but opening for them was
Eminem.
no
Clutch.
somebody slightly better. Why am I forgetting their
Kings
name?
of Queens of the Stone Age.
Oh, for fuck's sake! Give me like actual openers.
Sum 41.
When we saw it
Von
was damn it.
Fart Barf?
Madonna.
If you haven't ever heard of Fart Barf, they're pretty
No.
great.
Howdly
Look up
Doodly?
Homeless in Heathrow by Fart Barf. It's not metal in the traditional sense.
Fart Barf sounds like a randomly generated orc name.
It's not the correct answer at all. But thank you for that very long description about that band.
I hate the name, but it's a good band.
Okay, so here's somebody will get it. They had a music video that was very culty, but it also had women shaking their asses in it.
Oh, you just that's like.
Why is my camera
that
doing
doesn't
that?
narrow it down.
Very culty.
Yeah, like it looked like robes and like dark, and they were playing metal, and then as the camera panned through the cave, all of a sudden there were just big booty bitches shaking for no reason whatsoever.
Can we
Was it
acknowledge that
Ghost?
Noob's camera is having some kind of acid trip?
Mastodon.
No, we won't acknowledge.
And Death Clock, and I was on shrooms, and they had a screen behind them, and the screen was playing old 50s like horror movies while they were playing. Mastodon was playing.
Yes.
And I turned around to a buddy of mine at one point, and I was like, "Are you seeing all those colors?" And he goes, "No, but you're really sweaty." And that grounded me to know that I was tripping really hard. And I wiped my hands on my face and saw how much water was on them. And then I got extremely scared. And I went outside to smoke a half a pack of cigarettes and calm down. And then when I came back in, I very much enjoyed the show.
Was King of the Zombies on the screen?
If I ain't no zombie, and there is, what am I doing here? Hey, where you going?
From the makers of Swamp Ass, Sweaty Butt.
Oh, so I got called down by my 7-year-old daughter last night. At about, I guess it was about 12:30.
Remember, don't tell any questions to the police. Let your lawyer take care of it. The little girl's a liar.
Daddy, this is an intervention.
Well, she came because me and my wife were having fun in here drinking and stuff, and she we were close, sort of. But she
Not
came in,
enough
she's like-
information.
She's like, y'all are gonna have to turn that down because it wasn't. Anyway, it was fun. The day was rough though.
Mahogany's background is like sort of the void staring back at you when she's
Yeah,
not
it's like
here.
an
It's just-
eyeball, right? I mean,
Yeah.
Makes me want to keep
Is that-
talking about Warhammer 40K.
Oh,
Yeah, I was
God.
wondering, is that the Eye of Terror?
That is an eyeball nebula.
DACA.
Holy shit, are you still here?
Yes.
'Cause we
Can't
can't
see.
see.
No, there you are.
You didn't see me slide out before so I could do something?
When
Yeah,
Terrence was
slide.
yodeling earlier, you slowly came up from the bottom of your screen. I was like, that's going to make it in the show. Like,
That's better.
speaking of the show, are we ready?
Oh yeah. We do the Pathfinder here, don't we?
Yeah,
What now?
I think we're good.
Do what
Yeah,
now?
so. Oh hey, so I got some Blue Moon mango wheat.
Oh, we'll grab a drink.
That
Pretty
is
good.
delicious.
Mm-hmm.
I'm drinking a lot of coconut rum and a bunch of other fruit juice. And that's yeah.
Mm,
I picked up the Southern Tier variety pack the other day, and I'm enjoying a Lakeshore Fog.
What is it?
Lakeshore Fog.
Lakeshore
said.
Fog. And Franks,
I
what are you doing?
realized-
What are you doing with that dangerous thing in your hand there?
I realized that watching my other recordings,
Yeah.
I'm a real wet blanket when I'm recording sober.
You could have stopped that
So-
sentence way earlier.
Play
I'm
nice.
just gonna drink whiskey.
Whiskey makes it frisky.
I will say this too, though, Franks. Noticing how drunk you were last time, I think, was how your brain had a hard time putting together the fact that you had died and come back and now you were a dwarf. Because we kept trying to get into the role play, and you would start, and then you'd be like, "Oh, but like this feat, I'm gonna have to rework this feat." It's like, stop doing math until we stop recording.
We
I
don't
couldn't
need
help
it.
it.
Fine.
It was like as soon as I started thinking about the role play, the math aspect just hit. Oh, drunk brain did not get over that hurdle.
Math is a spook. Just ignore it.
So to start this week, we're gonna backtrack just a hair, just a hair. And I've got something written up.
Okay.
I'm gonna do one of those openers.
Should we shut up?
Yeah.
We'll do the 5 10 count.
Maybe. I gotta remember where I put it.
Noob's giving off real Uncle Fester vibes, though.
Frakes, this time it was you. They all had their hands up, counting down. Can't minimize this while recording. Okay. That was
Reminds
a technical
me, where are
issue.
all my windows at?
Well, you're messing it up. Are you done? Oh, we're all talking again. What are we doing?
It's like when Debo comes around, tells me to shut up, and I shut up. When he leaves, I be talking
I'll
again.
be talking again.
It's like a
Who's Debo?
oh, sweet
Oh
baby,
Lord!
sweet baby you.
There's a member of the group who is so young that he hasn't seen a single movie reference. By the way, that was a movie reference, so
Oh,
that's the rule.
Oh, we're making all
drink
movie
up.
references now?
Oh,
I guess that's the thing. It's a,
Roast.
It happened once because Noob said it, and we just we like to drink. So
I make the rules.
he decides who lives and who dies.
Every time you critical fumble, you now have to show your feet.
Nope, absolutely not. Absolutely
we don't want
not.
Quentin Tarantino just obsessively watching our videos. It's
No,
crazy.
I
thank
mean,
Yes, we do.
yeah, we do.
yeah,
I
we
know.
do.
worth it. Not worth it. Such a creep. Ugh. Ugh. No, you're on 2 screens. Stop.
Corona.
Who's
Or
everywhere I
like
turn.
Torona.
Oh.
You know what those toes are missing, Frakes, is some big fake jewelry.
Like they got toe rings that like spell things. I saw some that spelled out dude. Whoa.
Big fake jewelry.
I haven't seen it yet. I'm gonna watch. As soon as we're done here, I'm watching it.
Watch it.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. One of our members doesn't even listen to his own show. That's
I do. It's been busy. It's been a busy
well,
day.
to
Well, you should be up
fair,
at
it's
1
not
a.m.
it's not publicly up on YouTube yet. So even
Yeah.
if we do watch it, those views don't count. So he's
Yeah.
just waiting until the views count.
Every
the views
view counts.
stay,
Oh,
the likes
they
stay.
don't?
Oh,
Except for when I have to yank it back down because
Okay.
I've made a mistake editing and have to re-upload it. Then you have to go back, and pad those numbers for me.
Wow.
God.
Yeah.
You can look at any of our videos on YouTube and subtract 7 likes, and that's how many real likes we've gotten.
Why would you say that? That's not true. Most of us don't even like it.
I mean, I like it if I like the episode, so
Oh, we found the one.
How many times do we go in there and there's like, we've all seen it, and there's 3 likes?
If I got good loot that episode, I like it.
Yeah, I'm thumbs downing any episode in which I get shit on.
No loot.
Straight up.
I don't know, Frank. Did you thumb up the one where did you dislike it because you died, or you liked it because you came back to life?
I liked it because all my stats went up.
Like, can you
Separate.
both like and dislike a video? Has
I
anybody
think so.
tried
I
to
think
do
it's
that?
like a toggle.
With multiple accounts, anything is
Oh yeah, that's right. I can like or dislike 3 times.
Mm.
I mean,
he's one person.
I'm totally one person.
For this damn cat doesn't like anything we do.
That's true. Paul downvotes everything unilaterally.
He's watching upside down. His view is inverted. Likes to lay there like this, watching videos. and
That's how I
downvoting
lay there
back.
watching videos.
That's why I like a laptop, because you can just turn it on its side.
That is
like
not a
your
good
mama.
look.
It was all crotch and face and gut.
Yeah, please.
You just perfectly described me. I'm all crotch, face, and gut.
That I'm sure that brings the ladies running.
Yeah.
Oh,
Weren't we trying to start an episode or something?
Ducker screwed it up. We were there.
Yeah, it was a small technical difficulty that turned into 5 more minutes that ended
What?
with crotch, face, gut.
Yeah, could you please edit that out?
No. I'm gonna make it cute.
That's-
Have you watched any of our videos? I think it's
The
edited.
surefire way to make sure it's gonna stay in is to be like, please take this out.
I did take one thing out of the last episode, and I was needlessly. I'm going to apologize. I was needlessly mean to Noob. I should have let you read the races. You were so excited about the possible races people could get. And I was like, no, let me have this. And I was like, that came off like real dicky.
Yeah.
I'm going to take that out.
Well, I'm glad you can curate your
you
image
should've
that
left
way.
it in.
Yeah, I was gonna say you took that out for you.
I'll
How
leave
nice.
the apology.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was a
And
dick.
that's why I want you to take that video, that one clip out of me turning the laptop sideways.
And
'cause
publish
I don't
it
wanna look
separately as
dicky.
its own video.
Yeah, it's gotta be behind the Patreon.
It's on the
wall.
OnlyFans.
The thing is that the thing that you did with the thing you did with the camera doesn't actually affect me as a person. Staying in.
Yeah,
Damn.
but it's got my junk on display.
That's
Yeah.
it.
I
Well,
mean,
that is your choice in clothing for the evening.
Whore.
We have no-
Florida.
Tyler, that's the night the pants came off in Georgia or Florida.
That's not the last one out.
A brown snake hangs in an old tree located in a cemetery near the edge of Yarnum. Its slitted eyes stare intently at the chaos below. A group of dark-clad figures desperately fight off the undead as they continuously claw out from the graves they called home for decades. An owl is perched in the rafters of the old sawmill and is likewise watching intently as a similar group do battle with a fur-covered humanoid. A heavily armored gnome brings a blacksmithing hammer down into the thing's knee, only to have that thing backhand him into darker parts of the mill. Beneath the streets of Yarnum, a small brown mouse watches as a small group of brave souls hunt down some unknown threat. It's not far from where the mouse just a few days ago watched a group of similar size fight off an abomination that was once known as Father Solman. I've never known a time Task seemed so worried. A gruff dwarf voice speaks out from under a heavy helm. It must be serious, comes a soft, familiar voice, one that Akage knows dearly. I didn't send my only son off to join the order, to risk not having a proper home for him to return to. The worry in her voice is faint, but there. Oh, my dear, I'm just happy we get another night together. Your fighting style is like watching poetry. Remember last month with that The dwarven voice is cut abruptly, and a wet slap hits the ground at their feet. It takes Akage's mother only a second to realize it's the sound of Gunther, the paladin's bowels hitting the stone sewer floor. As she draws her weapon and begins to change into her fighting form, long claws appear from the darkness. The small brown mouse can do nothing but watch and hope. Now, Task, standing aside one of the watchtowers, opens his eyes with a start. Sound the alarm! Send protectorates to the eastern cemetery, the mills, and watch the center town sewage exits. He turns to his hound companion, chants a quick spell, causing the dog to increase in size. He then mounts up and begins to race out of town. He promised her, he promised her, he promised her, repeats over and over again in his mind. That same chant goes through Task's mind now as he watches the flesh of the boy fall away and his new shape to take hold. Best I could. I'll keep him safe for you now, my love. What was once a young Kitsune boy from a foreign land is now a dwarf boy with possibly no ties to anyone. Shakily, Task turns to the other battered but living group. Did any of you see where the Dark Lady went?
Did we?
He
I
was
don't-
here?
I don't recall seeing anyone, to be honest with you. Just a
She was
dark
there.
cloud.
Yeah. She headed back towards Yarnum, right? Towards back.
I don't think we saw what she did.
I don't know.
I thought we just saw a dark mist.
You saw a dark mist, and then the combat started. Nobody was able to keep up with where she went after the fact.
But we heard her talk, right? We heard her speak to Taz or Task. Taste. Tease.
I'm not a fan of that running joke at all. Not a fan.
Oh,
That's
man.
not jokes are for me though.
That's better. That's better.
Yeah, she
All
just
right.
called him her little bastard, and then
Summon those
Zombie
things from the ground. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we lost sight of her after that.
Yeah. We get smacked around.
I don't remember. Did we get any
I don't
healing?
remember any of that.
I don't think we basically we just killed those things, so we're probably still in the moment.
You guys are gathered around Akage as he comes back to life as a dwarf.
I have never seen some shit like this.
I do not feel well at all.
You look great.
Smell better.
We need to get back to town. My mother needs me.
And I'll try to get to my feet.
Well, I'll extend a hand.
You are very weakened after your transformation. The term and gameplay mechanics exhausted would come to mind. Task tries to keep you down and being like, no, not yet. Give your body time to acclimate to all of this.
I know that I've got 2 negative levels,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm exhausted as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my god. You can
Two
get 2
negative
negative levels?
2 permanent negative levels.
Permanent.
So
Oh.
you're level 1.
You don't usually get a save to remove them or anything?
Now,
No.
there is a homebrew rule that I will put into effect. You can spend 1,000 gold to do restoration to remove 1 negative level, 1 permanent negative level. You can also spend a week of rest and rehabilitation to remove another one.
There you go.
I have
Don't have time for a week.
133 gold.
Yeah.
You know.
Well,
We get that ring off Raz's finger, we could sell it for 90 kabillion gold, and
we can't sell a cursed ring.
I will
Oh, that's-
easily attempt to remove the ring.
Yeah,
that's right.
As
We
they're
don't
all, yeah, y'all don't know that it's cursed yet. Only Razbad knows that when he got hit, a sharp pain lanced up his hand from the ring and dealt more damage to him. As you attempt to remove the ring, it is stuck fast to your finger.
Oh, shit.
Does anyone know why I can't get this ring off of my finger? I'm
Maybe
really
you're
trying to
bloated.
tug on it, and without it moving, I am really starting to worry.
You got too much salt in your diet.
Does anybody have grease?
I think I have some lamp oil in my bag. Hold on. I dig out some lamp oil. There you go.
How much of our rations
All right,
did you
give that a
eat?
try. Can I? It doesn't want. It's not tight. It just won't come off.
can I take another look at it, Tucker?
You can.
As in spellcrafty?
Yep.
Does it look any different after it's been activated?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
Well, there's
Huh.
is that how that would work with spellcraft? Kind of like a knowledge thing. I either know shit or I don't, or is
Right.
it something like you could? Because I know I rolled poorly before,
Right. But now you're looking at it with a new set of eyes, and it's been a day,
And
so I'll
there's-
let you roll the check again.
and there's blood around it, I guess, and causing pain. So there's a little different. Might look at something else. I'll give it a shot. So that's a little better. So I rolled a 13, so that gives me a 21.
You have no idea why this ring would be causing him pain. It should be a ring of regeneration. That's what it's telling you.
Okay.
Task?
Task will get up from Akage's side, and he still seems to be looking around for wherever the lady went, and very much in his own head. He finally kind of comes to the present time and looks to Razbat and goes over and grabs his hand and looks closely at the ring. I will roll for him as well. He's gonna have to roll really high to get it too, and he does not. He rolls a he only gets a 15 on the spellcraft.
I guess we'll have to approach some other expert to have a look at it. In the meantime, what's the plan? I don't think Akage can go in his current condition.
Do not be ridiculous. I will.
And I try to get to my feet again.
You have a really hard time getting to your feet. Give me a fortitude save.
Fortitude?
Fortitude.
6.
Yeah, you're unable to lift yourself up off the ground.
Just something that. How far are we from the glade or the grove?
Glade.
We traveled several hours already, haven't we?
You had
Yeah,
traveled
we're like-
almost a full day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's when we made the extended run.
Yeah.
Um,
So are we about a day from Yarnum then?
I would like to go over to Okage and attempt a heal check to see why he's having such troubles getting up. As far as I understand it, this is a new body and would come fully created with full hit points.
Well,
And
It does not.
I roll it. No, this is just in character role playing, but I rolled a 2, and with my heal check, that gives me a 10.
Okay, you don't see anything obviously wrong with him. It's somebody in a brand new body. The soul trying to kind of figure it out. The process itself looked exhausting, like the new body ripped out of the old body. So you think with some time, maybe a night's rest, he would be more acclimated and able to function close to what he was before. Aside from the 2 negative levels.
Yeah.
I'll grab like the remnants of his torn garments and begin like doing some quick repairs. You can't have you like hanging around like that.
Well, Task was smart enough to take his clothes off before.
Oh, okay. Well then, that's then it's a different task. I start hemming the legs.
Yeah.
The problem is that this body is so much more compact and small. I am having difficulty adjusting. Just get me to my feet. We don't have time to wait.
Well,
We'll have
what
to-
time of day is it? I know we ran for an extended period, but what time of day or night?
Yod ran for most of the day, and it was getting very close to nightfall. Task, his original plan was to march y'all through the night so that you could be at Yarnum the following afternoon, basically. But as you guys start to help him up, he goes, I don't think the march that I intended will work. I believe Sonder and Cullen were already fatigued from the day's march. Now Akage is exhausted and in a new body. But as you guys are all kind of figuring out what to do, Task starts saying, somehow she found us here. Somehow she... And you see like a look of like maybe acknowledgement or that bing idea look on somebody's face. Give me your order rings.
And that ring come off?
That one does come off, Razbad.
I pass it on.
Remove it and toss it to him.
I'll sift through the gore that once was Akage beforehand, unless somebody took that ring off before.
Yeah, you just have to shake the old finger skin out of it.
Finger skin.
Gonna have to do a peel that sucker out.
I wonder if the fingernail stays attached to the skin or if it like.
Yes, it does.
It's kind of like a little handle.
Have you never seen someone degloved?
No, I don't
It
know.
sounds horrible.
It's very hard.
It is. Yeah.
Oh, I don't want to think it. Just stop. We gotta move on.
And here's a clip.
I'll be back in 5 minutes.
If you're not familiar with what degloving is, it's where all the skin. Of
I got.
I'm
Yeah.
kidding.
Sonder, did you hand the ring over? I didn't hear you.
Yes.
Okay.
I slid my hand. I handed it off, but I was like, yeah, I just handed it off. Fuck it. Take it.
Okay. He takes all your rings, and then you see him slide his own ring off and put it into a small brown bag. He then ties the bag off and makes a weird whistling sound to the dog, and the dog runs over. He puts the bag in the dog's mouth and basically grabs the dog by the head, makes eye contact with it for just a few moments, and the dog darts off in a random direction away from the party with your ring in its mouth.
Don't sacrifice the dog.
You got a very intense relationship with that animal.
I'm sure he'll be fine. I suggest that we go the opposite way and make camp.
He's got a very intense relationship with Akagi's mom. Did nobody want to comment on that?
Yeah, WTF, mate. What's
That's not my place.
I don't bring it up because that's, what's going on?
It's not my place to comment, only to serve.
I made a survival check and I rolled a nat 20 for
So did Akagi's mom.
finding a good camping area.
Okay.
So that gives me a total of 28.
I was about to reveal more backstory than has necessarily been revealed. Yeah. So.
Well, the thing is that little perfectly read speech that I did at the beginning. None of y'all actually know any of that yet.
Nope.
Character-wise.
Oh yeah,
But we do.
Out of character.
Didn't we hear Task say something about her?
No. That was all. Yeah, that was mostly in his head.
Okay.
So we finally get Akage and his new three-legged dwarf up. Just a hung dwarf.
I forgot I made that comment till I listened
I'm
to the episode. Not proud of it. I'm not proud of that comment.
Is Hung Dwarf that new restaurant opening up in downtown?
Sandra, you don't want to talk about hung dwarves?
No,
Maybe
I was gonna say something, but I'm not gonna say it now because it's gonna seem extra innuendo-y, and I'm not.
It's gonna seem real horny, and we're gonna have to
Oh
bonk.
yeah, please don't say anything like that here.
You can't build it up like that and then just not deliver. People watch this show for innuendos. I've been told on several occasions innuendos is why they watch this show.
Yeah, my grandma especially.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's who I've been talking to is Terrence's grandma.
No, she's a horny old broad.
Real horny old bird.
Yeah. It's all the booze, I think.
When we lay in each other's arms in sweaty post-coitus embrace, what we talk about is this show and how it gets her up every morning knowing that every Wednesday there'll be a new episode of HomeBrew Detritus.
Now I can't share this on Facebook.
Look at Sonder.
Just don't tag her name. It's fine.
I mean, I will tag her name, yes.
Please tag her specifically.
Oh, she's been tagged.
Tagged and bagged.
Oh, Verona, you terrible, terrible old woman. Yes, that is her name.
That's adorable.
What is it?
Beautiful. It's a beautiful name.
Verona.
Verona.
Makes me
Very
think
popular.
of Romeo and Juliet.
at
immediately.
home.
Did you just dox your own grandma? Jesus, that's cold.
I mean, she can't be the only woman named Verona in the world.
Verona Crosby, we're calling you.
That is not her name.
Yeah, I know, but I'm still calling out Verona Crosby.
Yeah, whoever you are, Verona
Whoever you
Crosby.
are.
Anyway.
So,
Yeah,
Sandra, go
anyway,
ahead. You were saying something?
when me and your grandmother are laying there sweating
Ay,
together,
Dios mío, quiet. Quiet.
she might smell like a wet bag of garbage, but look, she makes love like a young tiger.
Like a wet bag of garbage.
How do you?
Sexy.
Don't knock it, right? Don't knock it.
So this is the conversation you guys have as you follow Razbad to the new campsite.
They're horrible people.
Yep, very horrible people.
It pains me to act like them every week.
I'll have you know, my grandmother was a fine woman.
Well,
Aye.
so yeah, you guys had maybe 3 hours, not away from Yarnum, but not back the way you came, kind of deeper into the forest area, opposite direction that the hound ran off to. You find a nice little secluded clearing, place where you you feel like you could set up camp, and you begin to do so, knowing that today's been dramatic. Yeah.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell if Kevin was about to say something or froze again.
Yeah, I was waiting for you to finish what you were saying. But as we enter camp, I approach it as Kage enters.
Hold on, Kevin, start over.
Start all the way over. That was too.
Start over.
You went full robot.
You went full robot.
You never go full robot.
And go.
But as we are entering camp, as Akage enters my within speaking distance, I want to ask him, how are you doing, my new friend? I understand you might be a little tired. Is there anything I can do for you to help bring your health to your new body?
Have you ever had a dream that you want him to do you so much you could do anything?
Yes, I am still extremely wounded and very, very tired. But I am against this camping. There's no way that I can sleep to.
I club him in the back of the head with a sword.
Before my mother is saved.
Get my Acme hammer out and pop him in the back of the head.
As he is starting to complain, may Desna's light guide you and bring you your spirits back.
Not
and you
again.
will receive 7 points of healing, and then an additional 8 points of healing, and then 6 points as I expend the remainder of my healing a lot.
The 7 topped me off.
Okay, you must have done some healing last time. Okay.
I remember doing some healing. Like I used some wand
Yeah.
charges or something.
Yeah, okay, I got it. I was wondering why my hit points said something different than I remembered.
But I have a couple of spells if anybody needs anybody else needs
I
it.
should be fine in the morning.
Over. Same. Before you pass out, Sonder, you notice Sonder, she's been staring the entire time. She's just fascinated. She's never seen anything like that before. You die.
So short.
Yeah.
Wait, is this a joke about the 2-legged dwarf, or are you going in a different
No,
direction?
this is not.
I've never seen
Past that.
It's for our OnlyFans. I've never seen something so.
I'm sorry. I had to.
Dwarf with a great club. Amazing.
This is a dwarf you can toss.
She's fascinated. She saw a kitsune die, and a dwarf appeared from inside of him. Like, WTF.
How long have you been in there?
So she's like she's just like kind of hovering around Akage, like how does it feel? How does it feel? Are you? I know you're tired, but how does it feel? Are you you?
I am still me, but it feels horrible.
I can imagine you used to be you and now you're you. Look at you. You're so small. So small.
I'm not that small, I'm just short. I'm still the same mass. But
Well, if you need help getting things down from the top shelf, come.
This is hardly a time to be
Somebody.
making fun.
Welcome to Dwarf
I'm
Math.
sincere. I will help. I'm sincere. I'm not that tall, but I'm taller than him.
I think
I can
Akage
help.
should look at it this way. He's gotten a new lease on life. In fact, probably several hundred years more than he initially thought.
There you go.
Not bad.
It's just she's just fascinated. She's got lots of questions, but I'll let you sleep. But we want to talk to you.
I
still have a bite attack.
Well, dwarves are known for their vicious bites.
This is not the character sheet that I remember looking at.
Did you forget to hit save?
When I added the negative, nope. No, that's not right.
See, remember what we talked about how you go off on math train when we're in the middle of recording a show? This is one of those moments.
I'm sorry, but I'm trying to look over the character sheet, and it's like none of this makes any sense.
Why do people use that program when you can just use paper or a doc?
And you have to know all the stuff.
So you guys end up getting to the campsite and setting up. Obviously, Akage will not be taking any watches as he almost immediately passes out from being dead and now brought back and exhausted.
Colin, Sandra, I can see both of you need to sleep. I'll take, I can stay up all night if necessary, but I would prefer to get some sleep.
No need to worry about that. I'll take care of it all night if need be. All you spellcasting types, just get your rest.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm not watching anything, so.
Take care of your spellcaster, and they can take care of you. That's what they say, isn't it?
That's what they say. It's sometimes true. All about being in the right place at the right time.
If you're really nice, they'll cast fucking Obscuring Mist.
Yeah.
That way you can go hide and heal.
You can go hide, you can run away, do all kinds of stuff.
Tie your shoes up
Fantastic
tight.
spell. So I'll Cullen's gonna do we got anybody stoking up a little fire or anything or
so a fire's set, sleeping bags are laid out. You're all you set up watches and stuff.
Did Task stay with us or did he head back on his own?
He stayed with you. He's basically staying next to Akage the whole time.
And does he need any more healing?
He says he's fine.
Okay.
So as you guys are all kind of laid around the campfire, Cullen, you absently realize you've been kind of staring up at the sky, but then look down and realize that you've been petting your familiar. It's come out to nuzzle up underneath your hand, and you've been absently petting it for a while now.
Does your little ferret pet, does he have a name?
So Cullen looks up and notices Sandra looking at him and just casually says, Spicy. At least I think that's her name.
Why you don't sound sure? Why come?
I'm not really sure. It's kind of a strange story.
Stranger than the last few days? Come now, outwitted man.
It's at this point, I think Cullen makes a decision to at least start to trust these people. He's seen them die and come back and loads of other things you've been through in a short amount of time.
Very well. I guess I could share a little. Honestly, the more I think about it, I think that some of you may be able to help me sort some things out, honestly. But with regard to Feisty, I guess it's been 3 years or so now since you found me.
On that day, more than 3 years ago, Cullen was traveling to a now long-forgotten place and oddly came upon a ferret sitting by the road. It stared at him intently as he approached and did not attempt to run or hide. And so, he picked it up. As he made contact with it, Cullen was gripped telepathically and a powerful will shook him to his soul. A flood of imagery and sounds thundered in his mind with the comprehension that roughly translated them into words.
I am Feisty. I am apart from Monad, but yet continue. An imbalance has been set in motion on this plane. You will be my tool to restore it. You are now equipped, but must find an understanding of your abilities ere it is too late. Go to the place that is called Yharnam. There you will find a great light that will ally with you. But remember, the balance must be restored and the goals of others need not concern us.
With that, darkness fell, and Cullen fainted. When he awoke, the ferret, assumed to be Feisty, was in his coat pocket, fast asleep. Cullen, in the present time, looks down and strokes Feisty's back.
And so, Miss Saunder, I've come to believe that it's actually my patron, which is the source of my power, is the one called Feisty. But at the time, I didn't know I was a witch, and I thought that this girl's name was Feisty, and well, I guess it is. But it may very well be something else entirely.
Wow, that's some spookiness you hear. Anything like that ever happened again?
No, never. She speaks to me in other ways, but she's not too much on answering questions, and I've never had an experience like the first. I honestly have no idea what I'm supposed to do here. And don't tell the others, but I kind of thought that the great light that it showed me was that damned lighthouse in Yarnum. Pretty sure it's not. It's probably not. It might be.
As he mentions the lighthouse, some of you who are listening to this story can tell that you're just close enough to Yarnum to kind of see it now at night. Flash faintly through the trees as it makes its circle. Night fades. Rest is had. Everybody give yourself your night's rest bonus because the night went by uneventfully.
I do the best I can with the Kage's clothes to get them more into the shape he needs, and then return them to him in the morning.
I just start peppering them with questions.
I thank you,
Does it feel?
Mr. Dorian.
Well, I'll find something more appropriate once we get back to town, but this will have to do as far as keeping your pants up around your waist and keep you from tripping over your hems.
I am obliged. And as for your questions, Miss Saunder, I have no fucking clue.
Fair enough, fair enough.
Leave the rock man alone.
Fair enough. But I still am just like, kind of in awe.
I do not remember anything that happened between being hit by the giant and waking up in this stunted form.
It was absolutely extraordinary.
I don't know, you seem rather statuesque for a dwarf. Let's go.
Yes.
Am I still exhausted?
No.
All this questioning coming from her, what age does she appear to be?
She's like early 20s. She's pretty young.
Okay. It was something I thought of, hearing all these non-stop questions. And
I can't remember.
now understanding, looking at the age of your youth, that why you would be so inquisitive.
And indelicate.
Yeah, very much so. Very much so. She's bold, she's brash.
Evan, aren't you playing Inquisitor?
Yeah.
I am.
You're just jealous that Saunder inquisits on a more frequently basis than you do. That's
Oh, that's a shout out to Jacob. There you go.
Oh God, I'd forgotten about that.
I don't know what you're
Inquisitor,
talking
Inquisit, Inquisitor.
What?
It was a totally different campaign.
We were playing a campaign. There was an Inquisitor with us. We were interrogating a person, and we all just looked to him to
ask
interrogation, and he didn't ask a fucking question. So it was fun. Like, yo, Inquisitor, Inquisit.
You have anything to ask?
Nope. I know this video is going to get a thumbs down.
Yeah.
Oh no!
It's fine, Jacob. We've deserved it.
I might even like this one.
Like Cassandra, she's seen, she's heard of some druids. She's never been around any that she's known of, and she's definitely never seen anybody come back to life before, especially as anything other than what they died as.
And I have never come back to life. So We are on equal playing fields, I would say.
You just go ahead and let me know if anything new, if anything new comes up.
Do
Very
we have
curious.
a mother gnome?
Yes,
fucker thing?
still mostly concerned about my mother who may be dead.
Oh, I'm sorry. Your mother.
I've got my things packed. I'm waiting for the rest of the group at this point.
Oh, I'm waiting to go.
Yeah, I broke camp the second I woke up and ready to go.
So just as you guys finish breaking camp, give me perception checks.
Rolling.
Well, that's a pretty good
Glow in the
one.
dark die.
Oh,
Ooh, that's a
13.
natty 20. What you got there? For a lovely 23.
I have an 18.
16.
24. Sandra are the ones on the lookout this time.
What did you get, Razbad?
16, 18 if it's based on perception.
Okay. So all of you, probably a little jumpy from the day before, seem to be on your alert mode as you turn to a sound coming from the woods. Task is already looking in that direction, and as you guys turn to look, he holds his hand up in like a wait moment and gets down on one knee, and the dog comes out of the thick of the forest. The dog looks as exhausted now as Akage did the night before. Task is already there waiting with a bowl of water, and he's got it down. The dog laps it up quickly, and then you see Task begin chanting something, and the dog seems vibrant and youthful again. Basically did a lesser restoration on the dog to remove its exhausted condition, because it had run all through the night, it looks like.
And no little brown bag?
No. Hopefully that will buy us some time. I was hoping that with yesterday's march, we would be getting back to the city today in the early afternoons, but we needed the rest. Sure, but tonight we'll be getting back to town at dark.
If only I had been stronger, we could have kept going.
I don't know. You came back from the dead. Seems pretty tough to me.
My resolve was weak. Let's go.
We're dead, child. Dead.
It's at that point, Tass slices Akage's throat and goes, "Let's do this again to see if we can get a better body."
Seriously. Bring back something cheerful.
Give me 4 negative
At
levels.
least it wasn't
Actually-
your dick this time. That's all I can say.
So Tass turns around and goes, so getting us back into town shouldn't be too much of an issue, I hope. I do have some connections with the Protectorate, just most of my connections are day watch, so we'll have to wait and see who's working the gate tonight. Outside of...
It's morning, is it not?
It's morning now, but it's going to be another day of walking before you actually get to the Yharnam Gate.
So the Father Solomon has some secret entrances through the sewers.
Yes. Is there access to the sewers from outside the city? Maybe where the runoff pipe comes out.
There is indeed. I had sent some spies of mine down there to map after your information from Father Solomon, and to help maybe protect your safe house in town, at least get a good general knowledge of the sewer system beneath Father Solomon's old home. But there are indeed some waterways that lead outside of the town that go directly to the sewer system.
How about the Salters? How are they getting in and out of the city?
They too are using the sewer systems.
Okay.
So those people have been in the sewers for, what, 2 days now? It'll be 2 days by the time we get back.
Talking about Akage's mom.
This would be the third day.
If they're, never mind.
We need to get there as quick as possible. Does anyone have spells to make our feet more fleet? Flight?
I have a half flask of brandy. Here you go. Let's go.
I will drink it.
As a dwarf, you find this extra tasty now for some reason.
I was gonna say, you know, if anybody,
Yeah, I don't have anything to speed things up yet.
nope.
Nope.
But I
Yeah.
can cleanse of alcohol if we ever have a night of too much rowdy drinking. Just saying.
And can we say that this conversation has happened while we were walking?
Yeah, we're moving.
Yeah.
Walking and talking, walking and
Marching,
talking.
rather.
Yeah, this
Double
isn't the prequels. We don't have to stop walking in order to talk.
We're not looking for those camera angles.
Yeah, the green screen needs to catch up with us somehow. I don't know.
I wanted to put
Watch
when
Legolas.
there's a deleted scene from the Hobbit movies where all the dwarves are showering in the fountain of Isengard, or what's the elf-
Rivendell.
Rivendell, where all the dwarves are like bathing. I was like, I'm gonna put that in there, and I was like, I can't. That movie's just not good. I don't want to. I don't want to give
I don't want to
it.
give that movie any more clout than it deserves.
I don't like it. I don't care.
They're not bad. It's just certain scenes that are just
They could take those three movies and chop it down into one pretty damn good 2 hour, 30-minute movie.
Yeah.
My feeling is they could have made every single, like, they could have basically made an audiobook of the movie, and I would have been fine with it. Every second I will watch it. Of every single one of those movies, I will watch it. Even the footnotes down at the bottom, everything.
It's just the visuals are so jarring.
The Hobbit ones?
Yeah.
Yeah, old scrotum chin that they fought at the very end of the first movie.
Oh, I like the
White-
Great Goblin. I thought that guy
The
was.
scrotums?
Oh no, the
Right.
white goblin was dope. It was the big one at the end.
No, that's the character's name. Is the Great Goblin?
Oh.
Oh, that's the Goblin King. Yeah, I know what you're talking about, yeah.
And Benedict Cumberbatch is like one of the best dragons ever.
I have never
he the
heard this
dragon?
name pronounced
Me
the
either.
way you pronounce Maylock.
Yeah, Benedict Cumberbatch.
Cumberbatch.
Cumbersnatch.
Cumbersnatch.
Cumberbund the Bandersnatch.
Yeah, he's a dope dragon.
Snickety snap.
It goes Benedict and then Sean Connery. And for many years it was Sean Connery and everybody else.
Yes.
What's his
Dragonheart.
name?
Sean Connery was the voice of Dragon, or Draco in Dragonheart.
Yeah.
Never. I just don't give two flying fucks about Sean Connery. Never have, never will, never
That's
could.
because you're like a bitch. That's why.
Yeah, it's because you're a woman. You shouldn't. He
That's
likes
right.
to hit women.
He's
come
boys club
smack
only,
this
madam.
bitch, get these hands.
In which you said, it's not the worst thing to slap a woman now and then. As I remember, you said you don't do it with a clenched fist. It's better to do it with an open hand. Yeah, remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I didn't love that.
I haven't changed my opinion.
You haven't?
No.
That's all I gotta say about that.
Sometimes your woman will say something provocative.
And I was like, and I will not hesitate to put a pair of tweezers between my knuckles. Let's go, son. Let's go.
Yeah, women are dangerous.
You know, actually, I think at this point you could probably take him pretty easily. He's like 90.
Yeah. Well, fuck that 90-year-old.
I don't care. There's no safe way for a man to fight a woman, because the only recourse they have is to pick up something and try to fucking kill you with it.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
So
And
that's what I'm saying. It's like there's no safe way. It's a real dumb thing to do.
Unless the woman outweighs the man, like size-wise.
I have a cousin like that.
Still, I don't know.
I mean, I've seen
I don't
some
know.
beefy chicks.
I've been in fights with like little skinny dudes, and they have they got those knuckles, those bony knuckles, and they got that
I've been beat
ridiculous
up by
man
several
strength.
women over my
And a
life.
weird glimpse into Mahogany's street thug lifestyle.
No, I just had brothers, and
Oh,
like
okay.
I had two brothers. Like it goes brother, then me, then brother, and then two sisters. But they were like babies, so it was like me and the boys.
So the babies were real easy to beat up.
We're boys, and yeah, like boys like to they think, oh, I'm gonna I can fight you. I'm like, no, you can't, or you can if you want to, but it's not gonna be.
I'm gonna hurt you.
Just
It's not gonna be pleasant because I don't want to get hurt.
Lock the door.
So the only thing to do is either run and try to that's how. Then Calvin learned how to use the hanger to unlock the bathroom door. So then you just gotta fight. Then you just gotta fight.
Take your bedroom door off the hinges or something. That you?
Well, I mean, she just wasn't you weren't allowed to shut doors. No. Like, I just wasn't allowed to shut my door. She broke the door, so it doesn't. The room that I used to shut the door in, that door does not shut to this day. Because
I don't want to say disparaging things about your family, but that shit's stupid. Kids need privacy.
that's old school religious, like, children are not
rights.
people thing.
Equal
Yeah.
rights.
Or maybe your room's the one that had the good AC vent. Like when I grew up, you can't shut that door because the rest of the house gets hot. So stop being stingy with all the AC. I'm
I
just
did
saying, there's
find out
perspectives. Yeah.
that my room was the room that had the AC vent that went right to my grandma's because I smoked cigarettes out the window and she always knew immediately. I was like, "How do you know I'm out the window?" Because the vent was right under the window.
I got
It went
my
right beside her bed.
girl.
Shucks. Like, I wasn't
Damn it.
good, but I wasn't bad. I just wasn't like, I wanted to be a kid and do stuff. And she
Anything
was like,
happened to
"No."
us on our walk?
So
Yes,
anyway,
because that was like a 30-minute
total
digression.
rant.
It really wasn't. We digressed for 4 minutes, I think.
From
Not
Benedict
bad.
Cumberbatch on.
Good.
Oh, well, whatever.
I like the Sean Connery voices. They're always amusing to me.
And that's where it began. With fuck Sean Connery.
It was.
Get
Like,
these
yeah,
hands.
exactly. He's 90 now, so you can just sweep the leg. Just sweep the leg.
Let's go Cobra Kai on Sean Connery.
Yeah.
Right?
And we're walking.
The party continues.
What was that?
It's a
What ho
terrible
there?
Sean Connery impersonation. I don't want to get sued, so it has to be a little off.
Oh, that's why.
That's why I want to get sued, so my Sean Connery's off on purpose.
Anyway.
Yep. Marching along in our little Hobbit band.
Let's venture forward.
They call this sewer entrance the Rock. But no, so you guys do kind of take the long way round to the sewer thing now. That was a sentence.
So that's not going to save us any time, but we'll be able to get into the city easier.
You'll be able to get into the
That's the
city
plan.
easier. So right now, if you show up at night, you'll be showing up as a group. The hope is that you guys aren't seen as a group still. Plus, you would need to get in before the witching hour. You'd be cutting it close going through the city gate. So he may or may not have a in with whoever's guarding the city gate that night to get y'all in. So the sewer grate is a little further out of the way, but it is a sure way into the city without any stops, which is where you're trying to go anyway for Akage's mother.
Yeah, I'm afraid that if anybody tried to stop Akage at this point, he would die trying to fight them.
Yeah, you've already done that. We did that last episode, so we're going to do something.
No, so we're going to change tactics.
Yeah, we don't want to.
I don't know.
Want to get redundant with reincarnations.
Kevin's got dibs on next anyway, so.
Kevin has never played a campaign with me. I am going to be the most dead.
Have y'all really not? Y'all never played together?
That's pretty.
All the other than the like Nerd Bowl.
Nope.
I did not know that.
Nope. First time I ever met him was Nerd Bowl.
Not true. First time you ever met me was at a Christmas party.
Oh,
true. Christmas party.
One of Terrence's Christmas parties, which the way booze flowed at those things, it's easy to forget that you met anybody at those things.
Sounds like my 20s.
Are we there yet?
Very true.
Oh, we're at the great.
You guys approach the great. The great. It is
it's okay.
It'd be almost big enough for a large creature to walk through if it wasn't for the steel bars coming through it and the brown stagnant stank water that's slowly drizzling out from the bottom.
That sounds fantastic.
It is a sewer after all, and Yarnum is a very big city.
Guessing water treatment's a few years out, huh?
I pull up my filter scarf. It's an item that I purchased for any such necessary. I thought more desert, but sewer usage also falls in the needs of masking up.
Sonder would like to know who can give her a piggyback ride.
Shit,
not
I mean-
me. I'm barely carrying this bag.
Wait a minute, dwarves now. Cullen does know that dwarves can carry a mighty load.
Kage plunges forward.
Hey,
Okay.
I was gonna help you reach stuff.
Plunges forward. I get it because it's a sewer.
Oh, I was
It was
wondering
up to his
how he's
chest.
going to plunge through those bars.
Yeah. So as you get close to Kage, you realize that there are bars that you can't pass through. However, upon closer inspection, you see that one of the sets of bars is actually framed out into a door. That door has a big chain lock on it. And next week, when we get together, we'll find out if Dorian can pick that lock.
If not, I do have some adamantium wire saw.
God damn it, the show's over with. Act like you give a shit.
Are you really into it?
It's been an hour.
We accomplished diddly shit, but meandering.
Hey, there was a lot of good role play.
And a lot of
stuff in there.
bad meandering.
And a lot of Kevin.